Except I don't know that there's paper there, so you'd be telling me, though, my right hand would go in, my left hand would go in. Okay, now what?
Stop. Lift both hands up. Move to forward. Oh, okay. Okay, move your left hand to the right. Left hand to the right. Right hand to the left. Keep on going. To the left hand to the left. Stop. Go back right. Stop. Put your two hands down. And right and left hand go right. Sorry. Yep. Pick it up and go forward. Stop. And drop it.
Okay. Stephen, that was excellent. And thank you for doing that with me. You got the point across real well here. I didn't explain that well before. But that's exactly what someone that is controlling a robot needs to do. And when I picked it up and I dropped it, it's what's going to happen to these robots that are up on Mars or the moon or wherever they are. They're going to hit bumps. They're not going to be able to control these things easily. And whoever it is, and we'll send you to NASA. We'll send you to Space Camp here and let you become a robot driver. You got good practice here. But that's exactly what it takes, is telling that, whatever that robot is, exactly what to do. And they will do it in like degrees. You will go forward so many degrees. You will go left, you will go right, you'll go up, you'll go down, and that stop part that's in it. You guys might try this during lunchtime. Go outside and walk someone and have them do something. It is just following those exact directions. It's what a computer programmer does to figure out how they're going to make this robot do it. Not an easy challenge. It's not easy to study outer space. Now, let's, but thank you. Thank you for playing with me there. Let's go to a couple of planets here, and we want to start looking at what it would actually take to live on a specific planet. You should have a chart in front of you. If you do not, you can work with me on this. We're going to start by looking at Mercury. This is the chart that you should have. Like I said, if not, we'll create one. You want to have Mercury written down, and let's read about Mercury here for a minute. What you have here is that it is the smallest planet. It's the closest to the sun. It has no air. The side facing the sun reaches 780 degrees, and the other side a minus 340 degrees. Hard lava ground with lots of hills and ridges. Now, let's take a look at Mercury and see if we can imagine this. It has no air. The side facing the sun, and the sun seems to be behind that, is 780 degrees. Hard lava ground, hills and ridges. This in many ways looks similar to what I call the Big Island and the lava fields over there. Now this particular picture is showing the colder part. This is the opposite side, where actually there seems to be two polar regions similar to what we have here on Earth, with ice caps on the top and the bottom. Now, when you think about these things that we've just stated about Mercury, take a minute here and think about what would it take to live on Mercury. If you have no air, you've got extremes of temperature, you've got hard lava ground. If you were going to be, what do you think an alien would look like that lived on Mercury? Let's try that. And why would you need these specific things that your body might have? So take a minute. What would be the requirements to live on Mercury? about Mercury here, and Wilcox, who is there, please?
Hello?
Who is this?
Steven again?
Okay, good. You did very well before. Now, if you were going to live, if you were a critter that lived, or a creature, alien that lived on Mercury, what would you be like? What would you need?
What would I need?
Yeah.
Air?
Okay. You're going to need air because there isn't any, right? Okay, so you're going to need a source of air.
Supply of water?
Okay.
Like protective clothing?
Okay.
Food?
Okay, we need food, air, water, food. Okay. Think about that hard lava surface. I guess that goes with your protective clothing. Now, what I want to do here is I want to have you take these body parts that you have to create an alien. We're going to combine these two things as we go through this. You have things that look like this. I have cut mine out and colored them. Now, what I want you to do is to take these parts. Think about Mercury and what Mercury requires. And I'd like you to create a critter that, an alien that could live there. Now, to do that, you're going to make a basic body shape, and I don't care what that shape is. It could be a circle, it could be a square, it could be a rectangle, it could be whatever you want. This, in my case, is for this one, is my body shape. I'm going to give it some shoes here. It's got nice, big, heavy shoes that will protect the feet from the lava. Now, using these other parts, use your imagination. What would these parts, what role would these parts play? What would these be to become the rest of this critter that could exist on Mercury? Let me give you one example here of something else that would show you an idea of what I'm looking for here. These are what someone imagined to actually, let me get this a little bigger here, things that would actually, crystal beings that would live on Pluto. Now, Pluto is very, very cold. And at night, when it's even colder and electricity flows perfectly, they're called zistals. They feel really good, and they're very intelligent, and they spend most of their time radioing great thoughts to each other. When zithals get going, they can spring 20 meters high in the feeble gravity of Pluto. This is the idea here. They have created this. Someone's come up with the idea that this is what it would look like if you were to live on Pluto. You're an ice crystal. It's very cold. But one thing you can do is off this icy surface is jump up and down. So they've got little features up here that allow them to do it. Now, that's a real difficult example of what I want you to do. I want you to take the rest of these parts, use them to create a critter. Don't glue anything down. We're going to do this a couple of times. Put them on here. What would that critter look like, that alien that lived on Mercury, thinking of what you need, and what would those parts do? what you came up with here and see if I made sense in my direction. Stephen, are you still with me?
Yeah.
Okay, what will you tell me body parts? I've done a design here, but will you tell me body parts and why you put them there? What does that part do?
Yours one or mine?
I'm sorry, what?
We're not done yet.
Did you create one of these?
Not yet. We didn't finish.
Are you still cutting things out?
Yeah.
You're cutting out. Okay, keep cutting and let me do this first one to kind of explain how this might go, and then you can do the next one. Now, my body shape is this funny looking shape here. I have given it these shoes, D, because, in fact, I'm going to put them way out here on the side, that it is a rough, hard lava ground, lots of hills, lots of ridges. I want him to have tough shoes on so that my alien doesn't hurt its feet, and I'm giving it real broad base here to walk on so that maybe it can jump holes and it's not going to fall down. Now I'm going to put G on here as eyeballs, and these eyeballs, as you can see, go all directions, only I think I want my eyeballs going down because this, and I'm going to put the eyeballs kind of down low on my alien, that if this hard ground with lots of hills and ridges, it might be tough for it to walk along here. Now, there is no air, and so it seems like this critter has got to somehow pick up whatever it can to breathe with. So it's got this contraption on its head that takes, let's say the energy from the sun. It is close to the sun, so when it's hot, it reaches out with these two little things, these E things, and it pulls in the energy of the sun, and then it is put into this A contraption, which turns that energy into a form of oxygen. This is good. This is kind of like photosynthesis. You can do whatever you want to with this. But somehow my critter's got to get air. So being close to the sun, it pulls in the energy of the sun, turns that into oxygen that's right there. Okay, then we need something that's going to help protect this alien because, again, it's either hot or cold. So we're going to have these gloves that these will change for him, and when he goes from the hot to the cold, the gloves either protect the hands or they will, well, they're going to protect it one way or the other. You can go on with this. You could add something else that would be another kind of shield towards the body. Okay, now, you got an idea here of what I want you to do, and you're probably through cutting out by now. Let's take a look at Venus. And I want you to think about what it would be like to live on Venus. The atmosphere is thick and gloomy. The sky is brownish yellow. There's volcanoes. This is a volcano on Venus. The air is filled with carbon dioxide, with sulfuric acid clouds, and this would be coming out of the volcano. It's very hot. There's mountains, there's volcanoes, and there's a rocky terrain. This is what we imagine Venus to look like. Now, if you were to create a critter, and Wilcox this time, if you don't have them all cut out, just try to picture what pieces you would put in what part, and tell me, what would you need to live in a place like Venus that is very hot, a lot of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid? What would this alien, what kind of body parts would it need? What would you need to put on that alien? right, now, Wilcox, let's try this and see. Do you have your parts cut out, or can you do this with me this time? Wilcox?
Yes?
Okay, who's this?
Steven again.
Steven again. Okay, Steven, are you ready to do it this time?
Yep.
Okay, now, tell me, if you were to live on Venus where it's thick and gloomy sky, lots of heat, what would you build your alien to look like?
Like, the body would be like a rectangular.
Okay, can it be like what I have here, kind of?
Sort of.
Okay, now what else would I do?
It would have legs.
I need you real loud into the phone.
This
Give me a part, like A, B, C, whatever.
D.
D, okay, and where am I going to put D?
Underneath, right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay, for the feet.
Y.
Are you telling me why? Are you...
For the feet is, can it be walk on a rock surface?
Okay, good. Yeah, absolutely. Rocky, hot surface, excellent feet. Okay, what else would you do?
The eyes will be placed in the middle of his body.
Like this?
Yeah. Because so you can see where he's going. So you can see where he's going.
Okay, so you can see where he's going. Good, okay. How are you going to deal with that carbon dioxide and the gases?
B.
B?
Yeah.
Okay, where's this go?
Right on top.
Cute. And what does it do?
So you can suck the carbon dioxide and turn it into oxygen.
Oh, cool. Kind of like what a plant does here. Sucks in the carbon dioxide and it turns it into oxygen, so then this alien can breathe it. Is that correct?
And
E? Okay, where do these go?
To let out the other oxygen. Right there, right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay, and what are they doing?
To let out the other oxygen that isn't needed.
Okay, so if it oversupplies some from here, instead of blowing this guy up from an oversupply of oxygen, it releases it out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Anything else?
And C for the hand.
C for the hands, and where do they go?
Right there.
Okay, and what are these hands able to do?
To clinch onto things and
Good.
that's it.
Excellent. This rocky terrain or whatever is able to grab onto things. Excellent. If it's a rocky terrain, what do you think your alien's probably going to have to be able to eat?
Rocks.
Rocks. Absolutely. It's going to eat rocks. Okay. Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. Now, I do want to share with you a picture. This is a book that was published quite a while ago, and it has a segment in here on what might creatures be like if we were to ever find creatures in outer space. What would these creatures be like? And this is an example of one that would be found on Venus. To survive Venus's heat, lead would melt here, so you'd need a body that could feed on rocks and metals. So, and this they call it the outer poucher, and it snacks on a space probe that landed there from Earth. So it likes metal, it likes rocks. The surface is so hot that the outer pouchers keep shifting from one foot to the other. They travel by inflating their pouch-like bodies and bouncing along the ground, which is what this guy is doing. Every time one lands, it utters its customary cry, which sounds remarkably like ouch. A drawing that was done many years ago of what someone thought that maybe something that lived on Venus would look like. Very similar to the idea of what you guys are doing here, except it didn't take care of that gases on this guy. Now, let's go ahead. We got a little bit of time left here. Let's go to Mars and take a look at what Mars would be like. According to your chart there, Mars has very little air. It has warm and cold seasons. It's got daytime temperatures, livable for humans at night. Daytime temperatures are okay for humans. Night temperatures, though, go to minus 170 degrees. Land is made up of mountains, volcanoes, craters, pink sand dunes, and very little gravity. Okay? In fact, that one is Mars. Let's go to Jupiter. We have just a couple minutes left. Let's do one for Jupiter instead. Let's go take a look at Jupiter. And Jupiter rotates quickly. It's got very strong winds. It's very difficult to stand on the surface. In fact, they're not quite sure if there's even a surface there, that the surface is made up of gases. Gravity is 2.5 times that of Earth, and there is radiation in the atmosphere. So think about Jupiter, this planet that they're not even sure that there is a hard core down inside. They haven't seen it yet. They see lots of gases, and the gases get denser and denser as it gets in closer to whatever is in the center there. But it's this planet of gases. Do the same thing, create a critter that could live on Jupiter.